Well, first of all, congratulations on the painter. This is a lot deeper than I thought it would be.
Oh, thank
And
you. I'm glad you feel that way.
your character has so many wonderful flaws. Was that a selling point to you?
Absolutely, absolutely. I love complicated characters. I love people that are in this gray area where, I don't really believe in good guys and bad guys. I think everybody's a blend and contain multitudes. And he was just such a damaged guy that I thought it'd be really interesting to try to explore that in inside of an action movie.
Yeah, and the film does a great job in bringing that out little by little, and it shows you where he has to come up and face these things, and it's not an easy task.
It wasn't. No. And again, another selling point. He had buried this stuff deep down and is forced to let that kind of bubble back up, given the circumstances that he finds himself in. And yeah, and Kamani Smith did an incredible job finding that.
I've known John Voight for maybe 40 years, and he always surprises me. I don't know exactly how he's going to approach a character. It's in how he says a line, but he is just, I guess he keeps you on your feet.
Very much so. He's a really special actor and a great guy. I really enjoyed working with him. It's my first time working with him. And he really likes to play around and have fun and try different things and make bold, sort of interesting left of center choices to see where it takes him as an actor. He's been somebody working at a high level for so long. I think it's interesting to watch him find ways to keep it interesting for himself. And I think he does a great job enjoying himself as an actor still.
And him as a scene partner has definitely got to up your game.
It does. It does. You know who I've been very fortunate in my career to stand across from some legends, and it makes you realize you better be on your game.
Yeah, and again, you guys have a chemistry that would take normally years to develop, but it seemed like you had an instant rapport with John.
We did. I think with John, I think there was an instant mutual respect from one actor to another, and I think we both would come into a scene completely prepared and ready to play around and have some fun with it. I was game for what he wanted to do, and I think we clicked as performers and had a really good time doing scenes together.
And that's got to make the whole set feel great. When you're number one and number two on a call sheet, it trickles down.
It does. It really does. And everybody was talented. We had a great cast, and it did shine through that everybody got along and really liked to play around with each other. We had one scene near the end of the movie where everyone's in it and everybody has to be ready. And everybody was, and it was an incredible day.
Wow. Do you take roles because of your love for doing physical work as well? I mean, this is really a very
yeah. Yeah, the short answer is yes, but this was a big undertaking. But yes, that is what drew me to it. Also, I loved every bit of it. It was exceptionally grueling and difficult. Hats off to Dan Rizzuto, our stunt coordinator, for coming up with some beautiful choreography and some incredible fight scenes. But it was a lot. We didn't have a ton of time to prepare, but everybody again came together. I love working with Dan. We've worked together before, and everybody just came together to make it happen. And then yes, I start another movie next week that's action based, which I'm excited about. I start stunt training next week, which I love. I absolutely love to do. And then I'm even producing a movie that I'm going to star in that's also action based that I'm just now getting off the ground with my manager and partner Bernard Kira, that we're hoping to get packaged by February and start filming that by summer.
When you do a movie like this, I mean, there obviously is gun safety on your mind all the time.
It's number one priority all the time. We used airsoft guns on this. We didn't. There's no real guns on the set. And after the tragedy a few years ago, I've made several movies since. My first movie back was an incredible film called The Locksmith with some gunplay, and we just used plastic guns. It was new. We were, everybody wasn't sure what to do, and now, I think everybody's taking their cues from, say, even John Wick, where you're using these airsoft guns where they look real, they react, but there's no projectile whatsoever. And I think that that's what the future is, and that's what I like on my sets.
Yeah, it just has to be safe. And
yeah, agreed.
Yeah. And coming from the world of modeling into acting, was that a big change for you?
Um, you know, yes and no. I when I moved to New York, I definitely wanted to be an actor, but I'm from mid Missouri, and that's not really a thing. So I had an opportunity that got me to New York. I started, and I really enjoyed modeling. I really, it got me to New York. I started studying acting. I was able to pay my bills doing that, and I very quickly ended up in LA on TV, and it's a really fun story. But my time doing that was very fun, sort of brief. I never got too immersed in it all, but it's a very different industry. Yes,
I would imagine it's great training, but it's a whole different muscle.
it's a very different muscle, but it does. I will give it credit for you need to be on time, you need to be on set, you need to be ready to go, and it, a lot of people would be surprised to find out it's not as easy as it looks. I mean, it's you have to take direction. I think that's probably the biggest one. You have to take direction.
Yeah. I was a model for several years. I was a before model. Uh, there's my joke. Uh, in our final moments we have, what do you think audiences are going to take away from watching The Painter?
I think it's an incredible action movie with a lot of heart and a really great story. I think it's very unique in that it combines all of these things. So you're watching a real movie about real people with tons of action, and it just hits the whole time. It's a fantastic movie.
I had a wonderful thought: is if you could take those paintings that you have on set and auction them off for a charity, I think I would buy one.
That'd be a cool idea. I'll take it to Stephen Paul, our boss, see what he
Well,
says.
well, Charlie, thank you so much for your time. You're a great guy to talk to,
Hey,
and
Tony, thanks a lot, man.
congratulations on this. It's a great action thriller.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
You take care.
All right, you too.
Bye bye.